Alright, hello everybody, what's happening? Welcome back to another video. Let's see if I can see myself. Yep, I can see myself. Alright, so welcome to the match preview. This is Real Madrid versus AS Roma. We're taking them on tomorrow. What do I think of this? I mean, it's the last game of the preseason friendlies. Last match. In the end, we can't take this too seriously. Let's take this with a grain of salt. So it's not be, let's not take this too seriously, I guess, for lack of better saying. But anyways, what I'm thinking here, is that Benzema, or not Benzema, but Zidane's going to experiment with the squad once again. I just put the 4-3-3 right here, like a very narrow 4-3-3. I'm not saying Zidane's going to go with this, but it's maybe a possibility. And I know that Zidane's experimenting a lot, and maybe he's going to be experimenting quite a bit, and maybe tomorrow's just another experiment. But there you have it. It's a 4-3-3. It's a very narrow 4-3-3. We don't really have any wingers in this kind of, I would say, in this kind of formation. It's really Marcelo and Carvajal that have to go up and down. So, I don't know if really this is going to happen or not. But there you have it. Jovic and Benzema up front. I think Jovic is going to get some playing time, so that's why I put Jovic in the lineup. Benzema is going to get playing time. I know Zinedine Zidane just loves to have Benzema in the team. Hazard might play as a false nine, might play as a cam. I don't know what he's going to play as, but I put Hazard up there, or right there, I should say. I put that Valverde is going to start. I don't know if he's going to start. I would like to see him start. However, I think he's had a pretty good preseason so far. Cruz has been, kind of up and down. He has had a couple of good games, but a couple of bad ones. So that's why I put Valverde as a starting. And then you have Modric in the midfield position as well, just to give it a little bit more creativity. I felt like we're lacking a little bit of creativity in the midfield, and having Valverde and Modric, I think, could bring that. I know Valverde plays a little bit deeper, but similar to Cruz, but Cruz is getting a little bit older. Obviously, Valverde is a lot more younger. He has a lot more energy, and he can make those driving runs. He makes a very good through passes. So I hope we can see Valverde starting in this game. And then you have Casemiro, obviously, in the CDM position. Obviously, just gives it a lot of balance, provides a lot of defensive stability at the back. And then Marcelo, Carvajal, in the fullback positions, and Ramos and Varane in the center back positions. Obviously, to deal with Dzeko's presence. Obviously, Dzeko is a big physical presence, especially in the box. So I think Ramos and Varane will be the defenders for those positions. And possibly now as their starting goalkeeper. Caesar says, "Hey Caesar, good to see you. Do you think being too central would lead to predictability?" Yeah, I'm thinking so. And you know what? I was kind of thinking about this. It's just so difficult to come up with the lineup. I put this out there, but the more I think about it, there's no real wingers in this kind of lineup. So I do think it's a little bit too central. I don't know if it's a good thing or not. Benzema can play on the wings, however, and Hazard can play on the wings too. So, maybe they could be willing to stretch the pitch a little bit more and provide service to Luka Jovic or something along those lines. Obviously this is just seemingly or outwardly. It doesn't mean it's always going to be narrow. If they can stretch the pitch, obviously Hazard can go on the left, Benzema on the right, Jovic in the middle, something along those lines. But this is just seemingly, but. I don't think this is going to be the lineup. I just kind of put it out there, Hey, David Jr., good to see you on the stream. Let's see. If you had to choose between Cruz and Modric, who would you pick? I would have to pick, I'd say Modric. Modric has been my favorite player for, a long time, I have to say. And, he's been declining, but he's a very good player. He adds a little bit more to attack than Toni Kroos, and that's why I like Luka Modric, But yeah, Luka Modric for me. Abdullahi Omar says Valverde, Casemiro will not play in the same game, too defensive. Yeah, that's true. It is a bit too defensive in preseason game against Roma. Yeah, it is a bit too defensive. You're right. Valverde is he is more, maybe a little bit more defensive minded than offensive minded. But it was just so difficult. I just don't know. Actually, I want to throw the question back at you guys. What formation do you think Zinedine Zidane will use in this game? Let me know in the comments, because I really couldn't come up with anything. I was thinking of the 5-3-2 at some point, because obviously you had the 3-5-2, because Zinedine Zidane did experiment with that the other time, and you saw it. When you saw it in action, it was pretty good actually. It worked pretty decently. Yo, Manchester Madrid, what's up? What's happening? Welcome to the channel. Hope you're having a good weekend. Hope you're having a good weekend, everyone, actually. But what was I saying? Yeah, which formation do you think Zinedine Zidane will use in this upcoming game? Let me know. So, because I'm not sure, but I was thinking the 3-5-2. Abdullah Omar says he might try out a 3-5-2 again. I was really thinking that. Yeah, actually, he could try. What he could do, actually, and now I just thought about this right now. What he could do is have a 3-5-2. Obviously, you have Militao, Ramos, and Varane, and then you have Marcelo and Carvajal on in the fullback positions. And in the midfield, you have Casemiro. You have probably he's going to play Toni Kroos or Luka Modric. And then what you could do is play Eden Hazard as somewhere as an attacking midfielder. And up front, you could have Jovic and Karim Benzema. Yeah, obviously Karim Benzema is going to play. That's just how it is. Caesar says, I don't think too defensive isn't such a bad thing, especially with the defense constantly being exploited throughout the preseason. That's a good point, actually. Thank you for that, Caesar. Yeah, that is a good point. The defense has been pretty bad this season or this preseason, and obviously having probably 5 at the back or not 5 actually, but 3 center backs could potentially be a little bit better. Obviously Marcelo likes to push up a lot. That would the 3 center backs could help Marcelo really alleviate kind of those duties. So I think a 3-5-2 we might see that again, and we might potentially see Hazard playing as a cam, and then Jovic and Benzema playing up front or something along those lines. And then Marcelo and Carvajal just pushing up in the full-back positions. Obviously, you have the 3 center backs at the back just protecting Navas, and then you have Casemiro, which obviously provides a little bit more defensive stability. He'll probably go with 4-3-3. Yeah, Zidane just loves his 4-3-3, so it might just be that. But I would like to see the 5-3-2, and the reason I say that is because I want to see Jovic getting some playing time. However, I know that Jovic is kind of like a fox in the box. I'm sure he provides. I'm sure he provides outside of that position, But obviously Benzema's a lot more mobile. He has got his dribbling. He's got his flair. I don't know if Jovic really has that. I haven't seen much of Jovic, so from what I've seen of Jovic, he can hold the ball up and things along those lines, but he doesn't seem to have, I would say, the flair that maybe Benzema has. And nothing bad. It's just the kind of type of player that he is. But that's just what I've seen so far. I don't know much about him. Abdullah Omar says Ramos will not play because of a slight knock. I heard. Thank you for that. So maybe a 4-3-3 with Militao and Varane, and maybe know that Jovic is back from injury. He might use Hazard, Jovic, and Vinicius. The Vinicius one, I really have a feeling that Zidane doesn't rate Vinicius too highly, so that's why I don't think he'll start Vinicius. I was thinking of Vinicius early on, but the more I kind of thought about it, the more I realized that I don't think that Vinicius will start. I think he'll come on as a sub, but it doesn't seem like Zidane really rates him too highly, like Solari, I guess you could say. I think Hazard will start, and I think Jovic will start. I think Jovic needs to get some playing time, and that's why I did include Jovic in the team. I made this formation basically because I was trying to get Jovic, Benzema, and Hazard into the team, and having 2 strikers in the front, I was thinking of a 4-4-2. That wasn't working either. Obviously, 2 midfielders didn't really work out well for us, I would say. I mean, obviously you have right and left midfielders, but they're not real midfielders. What else would I was? I was thinking about the 3-5-2. Obviously, 3-5-2 actually seems to be with what I'm going at the moment. I know I just kind of put that out there, but the comments kind of suggested me that maybe that's the 3-5-2. Maybe that's something we can go with. Obviously Hazard being in the cam position and Jovic and Benzema playing up front, and Marcelo and Carvajal just bombing forward. Abdullah Omar says, I feel bad for Vinicius. He was one of our best players last season. Playing on the right wing is ruining him. He's the left wing, period. Yeah, well, the thing is, Vinicius his finishing is still lacking. If he can get that, I think he can prove. I think he can prove that to Zinedine Zidane that he's got something to him. I think so far, I know he's an exciting player, an exciting prospect, obviously, but he needs to get that in his game. He needs to inculcate that in his game, and if he doesn't inculcate that in his game, then I don't think Zidane will rate him so highly. I mean, we've kind of seen that again in the preseason, and he will have to work on that because obviously that's really what it comes down to. But he's still very young. He's promising. Hopefully he'll come good. But if you don't have end product, you don't have end product. But That's what I think about Vinicius. I think he will come good one day, but at the moment, is he really ready? I mean, yeah, I don't think he's quite ready yet. But the right wing position, yeah, he could adapt to that position. And obviously with his finishing not being so good, it could work to his advantage. The right wing position, I guess, is a bit, it's available at the moment, I guess you could say. And maybe his finishing is not the best. Maybe he can't play on the left. Therefore, maybe he could play on the right. Maybe he could just adapt to that position. But yeah, he's obviously the left wing he looks much more comfortable in. But Eden Hazard's playing there. Vinicius won't get a lot of minutes there. So right now at the moment the right wing's available, and yeah, that's that for that. So hopefully we do see more of Vinicius. But it is what it is. I mean, left wing position is taken by Hazard, and if he can adapt to the right wing position, then maybe he can solve that right wing position problem. What else did I want to say? So yeah, the game tomorrow obviously will take place at the Stadio Olimpico. Obviously different times for different places, but it's the last match of the preseason, and hopefully it goes well. After that, I'll be making another video just talking about the overall preseason. Like I said, we just have to take it with a grain of salt. We can't go overboard on it. We've lost in past preseasons to Manchester United. We lost to Paris Saint-Germain. And, a couple of other clubs who really haven't done too well in their respective leagues. So, we just have to take preseason with a little bit of a grain of salt, I would say. We don't have to take it too much to heart. And then, obviously, I put Navas in there. I have a feeling Courtois is going to start again, but Navas, for me, remains the ultimate goalkeeper. He needs to be played, but because of age, I don't think he'll play much, and it's just kind of a sad situation with Navas because he is a better goalkeeper out of the two. But at the present moment, and that's the thing with Real Madrid. It's at the present moment who is the better player, and it's currently Keylor Navas. So that's why I put Navas in there. But I don't think we'll see Navas featuring in the next game. Let me know actually what you guys think. Let's see here, maybe of Valverde. Yeah, actually, that's one player that I would like to know. Some people kind of telling me their opinions just because I've given him a lot of stick, especially in the past season. But from what I've seen in the preseason, I think he's a very good player. He looks really good. He looked a bit shy, I would say, last season, and now he's really coming out of his shell. Caesar says, when has Real Madrid treated their goalkeepers well? I don't know. I can't even remember. Yeah, the Iker Casillas thing was kind of sad, right? I mean, yeah. So, David Jr. says, I really hope we can get Neymar. Would be crazy. He also said he would like to play with Hazard together. He did say that, David Jr., you're right. Magisterial at Madrid was saying that too. And yeah, Neymar would be amazing, at the club. I know someone asked me, I think it was Nice Day, he asked me whether I'd like Pogba or Neymar at the club. And I said Pogba. I said ultimately Pogba would be the better player. And I actually have an argument to make about Neymar and why maybe he might not be good for Real Madrid. Let's see here. Abdullahi Omar says Valverde future. Yeah, I like Valverde. I think he will be the future. I think this season could be his season. And Caesar says Valverde for sure. I really don't have a feeling on him. Would like for his sample size to go up. Yeah. I know what you mean, Caesar. Let's see here. So yeah, about the Neymar situation. So what I was talking about yesterday is that Neymar does get injured a lot, and you look at his track record, and it's quite surprising actually. He gets injured. The number of days that Neymar Jr. has gotten injured compared to Gareth Bale's ever since 13-14 season, Neymar's been out for more days than Gareth Bale. Now he's had 3 major injuries, Neymar, and that accounts for about half of his injured days, I'd have to say. But Neymar Jr. being an injury-prone player, there is a case to be made there. So, whether Neymar can stop being injured, I mean, I don't know. But, yeah. So that's why the Neymar one, I'm not too sure. I know he's a world-class player. I love him here at Madrid. He just needs to get over those injuries. He is injury-prone, from what I've seen. So, yeah. Let's see here. Valverde future, yeah, Valverde for sure, yep. Abhishek Abmahan says, let's just hope Jovic clicks when the season actually starts. I think so. I think what the team needs is to get used to how Jovic plays. It's There needs to be some cohesiveness. There needs to be some understanding, obviously. So that will take some time, and it could be at the expense of some points. And we just kind of have to accept that this year overall, it might just be, I wouldn't say a transition year, but it might be a year where, some of these players will kind of have to, I would say, understand each other. We'll have to amalgamate. We'll have to coalesce. So maybe this year could just be a year where, it's not necessarily a transition year, but it's a year where some of these players will have to understand each other a little bit more. And usually, that has to come pretty fast at Madrid, but, it is what it is. These kinds of, existential factors, they take a little bit of time. Let's see here. Abhishek Mahashan says, also Carva just seems to be injury prone since the last couple seasons. I know that's a good point, actually. Abhishek, that's a good point. It is kind of weird. I hope that goes away this season. He's vital. Yeah, I know. Carvajal needs to get at the top of his game, but because he's a very, very good fullback. But we haven't seen the best from Carvajal. And it just hopefully he gets back to the top of his game. I know that you have Odriozola. Odriozola is really just a squad player. You don't want him to play every season of every game because he does get caught out quite a bit. So yeah. Let's see here. Abdullahi Omar says more his personality than his problem. Yeah. Jonas says, hey, Jonas, good to see you. And good to see Abdullahi Omar, obviously. Good to see everyone on the stream. Thank you. Abdullahi Omar says, Jonas, Jovic will surprise. And then Jonas says, I'm not sure about Jovic. To be frank, he has one good season only. Yeah, I know. And that's the thing with a lot of these players these days is that they have one good season and then it's kind of like they have one good season and it's like they're worth 120 million. You have João Felix, kind of similar situation, but I think Jovic will come good. I think we have to. I wouldn't say it's not about building the team around him, but it's rather the team understanding what he's really good at, and it's really just finishing and providing him service. I know Marcelo can do that, but we need people who can cross the ball to him and who can. Because he's the finisher, but he's not necessarily like a playmaker like Karim Benzema. Let's see here. Jonas says, we'll see Omar. Yeah, exactly. Jonas says, hi, I just arrived. I didn't know the preview started, by the way. I'm so sorry. Look, basically on the weekends it's at 2 p.m. It's a little bit of a different time on the weekends, just because sometimes at 4 p.m. I do have to work, unfortunately. So that's why it's a little bit different on the weekends. I have to try to I would say have a consistent time every day, but it is what it is. So that's what it's going to be like, 7:30 on the weekdays and then 2 p.m. on the weekends. But talking about Jovic, I think he'll come good. It's gonna take a bit of time. Los Merengues TV, hey, good to see you. This is the last combination left to play with Jovic and Benzema up front. Jovic will justify only when he scores goals. Yes, exactly. Jovic will justify only when he scores goals because Benzema takes the role of a part-time playmaker. Exactly. That's what Benzema is. He's a playmaker. You could rely on him to score, maybe 15, 20 goals, in all competitions, maybe in a season. But you don't want to rely on him as being the sole finisher. He's not that. He's a playmaker, and he does provide a lot more to, I would say, outside of the number 9 position. And that's why I like Benzema so much. It's you need someone else to finish for Benzema, but Benzema will create the chances for you, and that's why I like him so much. You can't depend on him to finish every chance because he's just like that. He's very capricious when it comes to finishing. Let's see here. Let me show that. All right. So Abhishek Mahashan says, I'm low key hoping James stays and proves Zidane wrong. Yeah, that would be amazing, right? I mean. I don't think that's going to happen because Zidane he's so stubborn. That's the thing with Zidane. Once he has his mind set on something, you just can't change his mind. David Jr. says, can't wait for La Liga. Me neither. 1 week from today, is it? Yeah, 1 week from today and La Liga is going to happen, right? So very, very soon, I can't wait for that one. But hopefully it goes well for us this season. I think we'll win a few trophies. I don't think it'll be anything too significant. But I think the players, if they do rise to the occasion, I think we can win quite a few trophies. Los Merengue TV says, Abhishek Mahashan, watch my analysis on why James should stay. Abhishek Mahashan, I will. Thank you. Caesar says, can't wait for the season to start. That's what it is, right? I hate all these preseasons, it's just kind of, it's kind of a tease, but the season will start pretty soon. Seven days you have, and I think the first game is versus Celta de Vigo. So I think I will be able to do the match reaction after that. I have to see, actually. I I have to check the schedule, and like I've said, it is going to be a bit convoluted this season, where sometimes I will be able to go live right after. Sometimes I'll only be able to do the match reaction the day after. So I will try my best, but sometimes it will happen where I can't do it. Abdullahi Omar says we need more center backs if we're going to play 3-5-2. We only got 4 and 3 are starting. That's a good point, Abdullahi. That's a very good point. We do lack a little bit of depth at the back, especially if we are to play that formation. So, yeah, it is a bit, I would say we do have to be a little bit apprehensive if we are to play a formation like that, just because we are missing a little bit of squad depth. And at 3-5-2, it looked pretty solid. The only thing I would have to say about the 3-5-2 is we were missing a few chances. We were creating chances, but they didn't look all that. Benzema was acting as playmaker, and I thought he did that role really well. But when it came to, I would say, advancing forward, I did see it too much. But if we can have something like Hazard and Jovic and Benzema playing up front, then I think that could work out. Because obviously they know how to play centrally, and they can stretch the pitch as well. You have Benzema on the wings also. He could play there, and then you have Hazard who can play on the wings as well. Let's see. Caesar just says it's on a Saturday. Thank you for that. Los Merengue TV says, really want James to take the number 10 role again. I feel he gets undeserved criticism at Real Madrid. Yes, exactly. Probably not wide on the pitch because of the pace factor. Number 10, definitely. Yeah, he's not a wide player. He's a number 10. He's not a winger at all. He's just a number 10, strictly a number 10. He'll provide the passes, but he's not a winger. He won't provide. He's not the pacey winger that that maybe we should have at the club, I guess. But number 10, yes, he's a very good number 10, and he does get a little bit of undeserved criticism. Let's see. Abhishek says, hey, by the way, what's your opinion on Lunin? Oh, he looks good. Lunin looks very, very good. Do you think he can be a first choice starter in a few seasons? Say 3 to 4 seasons. With the way things are going, we have Courtois, we have Navas. I mean, it would be very, very difficult for him to get any starting time in the next couple of years. But if we do sell Navas, probably that's what will happen. If we sell Navas in the next couple of years, Courtois is going to be the first goalkeeper. And I would say Lunin would be ready, probably in a couple of seasons to take on the second goalkeeper position. I don't think he'll take on the first because obviously you have Courtois there and he's a Galactico signing. But definitely, Lunin looks really good, David Jr. says, Los Merengues TV, I agree, but Zidane don't like him. That sucks. Exactly, that's the thing. And if Zidane doesn't like you, he's going to leave you out. Abdullahi Omar says, 15 watching, 4 likes, everybody like. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, it's crazy, I know. I'm seeing the channel grow, and it's pretty nice, and it's kind of nice to get a lot of people, just supporting the channel, and sometimes me being an American, sometimes I might think, hey, maybe some people won't like it, maybe, hey, an American doesn't know anything about football, they're things along those lines, but hey, I'm getting the support, so thank you guys so much, I really do appreciate that. But yeah, let's see. So the game tomorrow, obviously, it's the last game of the preseason. Hopefully we do well. If we don't do well, I mean, it's okay. It's just preseason. We've lost, a multitude of amount of games before. We've lost to Manchester United, PSG. We won't have any problem, I don't think, if we don't do good tomorrow, It's really, we have to, I would say, we have to wait for La Liga, and then after that, we can really assess the situation. Los Merengues TV says people slag off Mariano. Oh, so much. He wasn't up to the expectations last season. He's not that bad. It's a misconception. Definitely, and to have the number 7 shirt expropriated from Mariano, I thought was kind of disrespectful, to be honest, from Real Madrid. I know that Eden Hazard probably is the more typical number 7, or more, I would say, more the number 7 that you would associate more to. But the thing with Mariano is I really like his hunger, his tenacity. He's got the work ethic. He's got the assiduousness. And that's what I really like about Mariano. I think a lot of people do write him off a little bit too quickly just because he's not a very glamorous signing. But I really do rate him. Let's see here. Abhishek Mahashan says, dude, it's so nice having a Madrid fan page on YouTube finally. It's a rare breed. You're appreciated by us, Madridistas. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Yeah, it's someone had to start it, and that's the thing, when I was looking, on YouTube, I was like, man, there's no Madrid fan channel, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start it, and so I started it with Virtually nothing. I started it from a little webcam on my old laptop, and here I am with a new laptop, new webcam, microphone, green screen. I mean, it's so different now. So that's the nice thing. And I know there's a couple YouTube channels, that do Real Madrid reviews and things like that. You have, I think, I Am Madridista. You have a few YouTubers. I think DJ Deyo, DJ Mario, the Spanish YouTubers, but no English ones, and that's what really was missing on YouTube. So that's why I really started the channel, to be honest. Let's see here. Do you think? Oh shoot, I have a lot of comments. Let's see. Christian Nee says, "Do you think Mbappe will join Barcelona?" I don't think so, to be honest. It's tough, If he was given the occasion, would he join Barcelona? It's very hard to say no to Barcelona, actually. So it's definitely a possibility, but I think at the moment he's going to want to stay at PSG for at least a couple of years, just because it was always his dream to play at PSG. So Mbappe joining Barcelona in the next couple of seasons, I don't think that will happen. Abdullah Omar says, do love Zidane, but he could have done better with transfers. We really needed Ndombele. Yes, I know. Zidane really could have done better with transfers. You have Kovacic, Llorente, RDT. Some of these transfers, I just think, maybe he could have done a little bit better. But you know what? He's won so many trophies, and he's had a lot of questions throughout the years, about his acumen. But in the end, he's done it. So I would say we just have to maybe, I would say let him do his thing, and that's what it comes down to. I know some of his things can be controversial, but we just have to let him do his thing, and maybe after that we can further assess the situation. But yeah, I agree with you on that. Caesar says, agree with that Mariano point. He has been injured and played with 3 different coaches. How would someone deal with it? Exactly. And the Mariano injuries, they're very anomalous. I don't think that will really happen this season. I don't think he'll get injured as much. He's a very good player. Los Merengues TV, I feel so happy you call football and not soccer, yes, like most Americans. Yeah, I know, I try not to say soccer, and I have to say soccer, with people around here, just because it's like, if I say football, they're like, yeah, football, like the Vikings and, the Bears and, the Chargers, and no, not that kind of football. So I try to say football, but, most of the time around here, I have to say soccer. True, no Madrid content for English. Yeah, exactly. Abdullah Omar says, love you, brother, but better not read names instead of butchering them. Well, love you, hey. I try. No, it's always tough. James Skillian says, just me, or is it the competitiveness of the Prem so overrated? We lost 13 games last season in Premier. I doubt we'd have lost that many in the Prem. City and Liverpool dominating teams again. I know. City is just on another level, right? It's just absolutely crazy. It's what they're doing, City, at the moment, I don't think it's been seen too much. It's been seen, I would say, by Manchester United in the past, where they have dominated pretty much English football most of the time, but probably City are taking on, their own era, and they have to make their own history, and City are doing a really good job at that. And Liverpool are dominating teams again, too, which is, for the whole time that we had to, I would say, joke with Liverpool about not winning the Premier League trophy. They've done it, they've done it. They won the Champions League. You have to give respect. Wait, you're English? I'm not English. I'm American, actually. I'm from California. I'm from San Diego, California. But I had to move to Iowa not too long ago, just because I have to go to school. I'm going to school here, so that's essentially what I'm doing. Abdullah Omar says, let's get some match predictions. I predict 3-1. Match predictions, let's see here. I'm going to predict, versus Roma. It's not going to be too much, actually. I'm going to predict, it's either going to be 1-0 or 2-0. I'm not expecting much. But yeah, actually, let's say 2-1. I'm going to say 2-1 for Real Madrid, and hopefully we do get that. Abhishek, I'm trying to get the names right, but let's see. Abhishek Mahajan. Yeah, Abhishek Mahajan says, Omar, haha. I know my name is difficult to pronounce for someone who hasn't studied an Indian language. I know, I'm trying. Hopefully I'll get it right, but practicing, right? Caesar says it isn't just the PL. All leagues are generally top heavy nowadays. Yeah, you look at Bayern Munich, actually. That's a very good example. Bayern Munich is just a pub league. You have PSG, it's a pub league, So I guess it is, especially with the amount of investments going into the football clubs. Yeah. Hot take, it doesn't matter what you call it, as soccer, football, just enjoy the sport. Well, I think a lot of people do like football, and I understand the people that don't like. I know us Americans, sometimes we're so stubborn on this, and it's a bit like I would say like the time, where we don't want to adapt. We don't want to take on the military time. We want to take on the 2 p.m. or the 4 p.m. We don't want to take 14 o'clock, 15 o'clock. We don't like the meter and the yard. We like our yardsticks. We don't like the meter stick. So we're very stubborn on that, and I do understand some people they don't like that, because obviously the whole world has assimilated to that, and why aren't Americans assimilating to that? And it's just Americans. Sometimes it's not us that is stubborn, it's just ingrained in the culture, I'd say. But yeah, it is kind of, I can understand why people don't really like it. Los Merengues TV says, whenever you predict the result for Real Madrid, whether it's a joke or not, lol, we haven't lived a life if Real Madrid doesn't concede. We just love doing that. Exactly. I was about to say 2-0, and yeah, we're gonna have to concede a goal, right? That's what's gonna happen. What's up, Claps? What is happening? Welcome back. Abhishek says time does pass by slowly during preseason. It kind of does, actually, to be honest. I just want the season to start. I mean, that's really when the players are just up for it. They're ready. But the preseason is there too, I would say, to help the players with their fitness and things like that. So I can understand that the players, they need to build up their fitness, and you got to build up your fitness, and somehow. And the preseason is not a bad way to do it. We haven't. Let's see here. Whoops, sorry, I'm just reading the comments. I hope I don't have to wait for it to end like I did last season. I know. Last season was terrible. That last, I would say, those last 5 games, 5 to 8 games is just horrible. It's just horrible. Abdullahi says our defense is still sleeping. Ramos Varane needs to get in form, but Real under Zidane was known for conceding goals and making great comebacks. That's true. That's a good point. Yeah, they were. But you know what? We are still. We were known for that under Zinedine Zidane, but we were also known to not do so well in La Liga, despite Zidane winning La Liga. I would say, we did. I would say there was a big. I would say that there was a disparity between Barcelona and us in La Liga in a couple seasons. So yeah. David Jr. says, do you watch NBA? Not that much, to be honest. I do watch it a little when it's the finals and things like that, but I don't really watch it in general. What I do have to say about NBA is that it is pretty exciting, when I do watch those finals and things like that, I'm like, well, I don't know, I don't watch more of this. It's very good. It's a very nice sport. I think it's just down to time. I don't have a lot of time on my hands, so I can't take on NBA and football, and there's just so much to it. Let's see here. Clap says Real Madrid on top. I hope so. It's got to happen. James Schoolian says it's just I hear so many Premier fans say that. I know, but whenever I watch City or Liverpool, they win by like 3 goals or more, which Madrid or Barca don't do as often. I know, it's crazy. They're always raving about their league, and La Liga La Liga is so underrated, they always say, oh, it's an easy league, but you watch games like Real Betis, Valencia, Sevilla, and you watch these teams take each other on, and they're actually end up being very, very good games, very technical games, and that gets underappreciated a lot. And I have to say that La Liga doesn't get the recognition that it deserves, I would say. Abdullahi says, actually getting pissed off, many of these Real Madrid fans not believing in the team. Yeah, I know, and that's the thing with Real Madrid fans is they vacillate a lot, and they're very indecisive. Some, one game it's this, one game it's that, and I think we do have to take more of an identity when it comes to Real Madrid. We have to say, what, this is it, this is that, or this is that. We can't just say, hey, what, Zidane out, after one game. We just got to give him a little bit of time. And yes, that is true that the Real Madrid fans do it a lot. Let's see here. We have to trust in Zidane. Yes, for me, I'm going to back Zidane until the day until the day he resigns, or most likely, I have to say, what happens here at Madrid is the day he gets fired. But I will believe in Zidane. I will fully back him till the end, unless, and the exception is that he does something where it's just completely out of the blue, and I don't agree with it. Let's see here. Well, David just stayed up for your stream till 1 a.m. Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Los Merengues TV. I really appreciate that, which is currently the time here. In my place, honored to be a part of the live stream and subscribe to my channel to y'all. I'm on the way to 100, Los Merengues TV. There you have it. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. Let's see here. Moshe Ahmed says, hey, dude, glad I could catch you this time on a stream. Yeah, thank you so much. It's good to have them actually sometimes on the weekends, maybe a little bit earlier, so that way I can get a different crowd too. That's kind of nice. Let's see. Abdullah Omar says, might be too personal question, but what are you studying? That's okay. That's okay. You guys can ask me personal questions. That's fine, actually. Psychology. I'm in Iowa doing psychology. I'm kind of studying to be a therapist, hopefully. So, something along those lines. I think what I really want to do is help people who have social anxiety. So, that's what it comes down to. Hopefully, I can do that one day. But yeah. Caesar says, I think Zidane's La Liga history should be revised. He nearly won the league in the half a season he was there. And then he won the league, and then the last one where he disappointed. That's true. You got me, Caesar. Yeah, that's true. Sometimes we do give him a lot of stick. And it's funny because we always remember the last one, It's the last one that we remember very vividly. And that's the one that always comes up to mind for me is that last one where he was just, it was such a disappointment. But actually we have to remember that, yeah, he was there and he did win the league, and the first season he nearly won the league. So we can't forget that. That's true. Thanks for bringing that up, Caesar. Abdullah Omar says 15 people watching and only 7 likes. Please like and support. He's great and make content. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, you guys. Now everyone here is just really supportive, and I always do appreciate that. But thank you, Abdullah Omar. I really appreciate that. Clap says Real Madrid 2, Roma 1. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Real Madrid will score 2, but I know that we'll concede at least 1 goal. Moshin Ahmad says, Who are your ideal signings till the end of the window, and who you will sell? Well, ideal signings, I think a couple midfielders would do us wonders here. We do need to get the best out of Cruz and Modric at the moment. We're thin in midfield. There is a bit of complacency. I think having Van de Beek or someone like Bruno Fernandes, I think that could do us some good. I know Neymar is one that could really help us, but I think at the moment what would be best for the club, in the club's best interest, is midfielders. For me, I think we would need more midfielders than we would need Neymar. I know Neymar's a great player, but I think, looking at his injury record, I would like to get a couple midfielders because, like I said earlier, Neymar's injury record, he's been out longer for Gareth Bale ever since the 13-14 season, and that says a lot for me. So yeah, there you have it. Christian E says for me, Hakim, yeah. James, let's see here. Who are you giving? James Scullion says, I live in the UK. Nice. Okay, cool. And usually have to stay around 2 in the morning to watch the streams. Wow, holy crap. I'm gonna try to make them early then. Probably, like 2 p.m. probably. Worth it go, because sometimes they're always great streams. Sometimes I fall asleep and miss them though. I understand that, James. I understand that. So sorry. I'm gonna see what I can do about the time. I'm hoping to get, I think this is pretty good on the weekends to have this at this time, and then on the weekdays 7:30. But I'll always try, something else. I'll see what I can do. I'm going to try to experiment, hopefully in the future. Christian Nee says for me, Hakimi should play more than Odriozola. Definitely best young left back, right back. Yeah, Hakimi, no question about it, is better than Odriozola. No question. Los Merengues TV says, I come to criticize Zidane due to lack of good tactical foundation under his belt. That's only normal, I think, Los Merengues TV. I think a lot of people have criticized him, and that's only normal. What I have to say about Zidane is that his ascendance to the apex of the footballing world has been way too quick, and it's, what I would say, it's been so quick that he hasn't had the chance to really make too many mistakes. He's had a bit of luck, he's had a bit of this, he's had a bit of that. So now what has to happen is he will have to make those mistakes that probably, if I would say, if he had a different team or something along those lines, maybe, he wouldn't have won so much. Those mistakes will come up. So inevitably those mistakes will come up, and I think Zidane will have to be given some time. But his ascendance was way too fast. Let's see here. Mushin Amit says, I think we really messed up not getting on the ballot. Oh, so much. I think we should have gotten this guy because he was, 22 years old, CDM. Why didn't we go for him, Let's see here. Who just transferred? Mushin says, I'm from the UK too. There you go. Nice. Love from Manchester. Wow, nice. Surprised you don't support Manchester United, but no, I'm just kidding. Caesar says James Scullion is a trooper. Yeah. Yeah, very much, James. Los Merengues TV. Yeah, thank you so much, James. Los Merengues TV says, so I guess we can blame the team too for the lack of consistency over the whole year for many years now. To some extent, I guess, but Yeah. Let's see here. James Scullion says, "Nah, man, you don't have to apologize. I understand the time differences. No one's fault." Yeah, I know it sucks, right? It's life. Magistero Madrid says, "I'm back. Where were you? Where were you, man? Maybe eating some lunch or something." Motion says the whole team needs to be refreshed. Zidane knows this, and you can expect more changes next season too. Yeah, exactly. Zidane will have to take on a different project at Madrid. It will take a little bit of time, so we have to take this into consideration that the things he did the first time around, it's not going to be like that. It's going to take a little bit more time than that. So we just have to be patient with Zinedine Zidane because it is a new project, and he will have to make mistakes in order for it to work. So it's okay. It's okay. For me, I will continue backing him, till the end, like I said. James Caesar, Abdullahi Omar. I would have liked Ndombele. I know, me too. And Llorente, Ceballos, and Reguilon saying that we would not have needed Mendy. Well, I think we needed Mendy at the end of the day just because of Marcelo's lack of defensive duties. I know Reguilon was good, and I know he could have possibly come good, but Mendy looks like the real deal, and that's what it comes down to. He strong, powerful, fast. Good going forward. I think Reguilon was very good, but Mendy is just a little bit better, I would have to say. But yeah, selling Llorente, Ceballos, Ceballos went on loan, but selling Llorente was a bit of a weird one for me. Abhishek says, "I really hope Vinicius' finishing gets much better very soon. He should spend time with Gabriel Jesus and Firmino from Brazilian national team, or even James, who seems to be the best finisher in our team as of right now. Or maybe after Hazard." I know. That will take some time. And the thing with Vinicius, I don't think that he'll ever be the best finisher, and that's why I say that maybe we should play him on the right wing. I think those weaknesses can be worked on, but I don't think he will ever come to be the best finisher. I hope he proves me wrong in that aspect, however. But I think our weaknesses can be worked on. I just don't. Sometimes they do become strengths. I hope that it does become a strength, but it's not necessarily always the case. Let's see here. Magistero Madrid says, "Agent Bernabeu said Neymar and Madrid have an agreement. I think he will join by Monday, but that's just my opinion. Probably a loan with obligation to buy." Yeah, if he comes on a loan move, that would be absolutely fantastic. If he comes on a purchase, okay, we'll take him. Why not? Why not? We need the goals here at Madrid, and why not just take someone like Neymar? He's absolutely world-class player. Les Merengues TV said Mendy is a very handy transfer. Yeah, he is. Exactly, and we did need Mendy at the club. Maybe in hindsight it's very easy to say, maybe we don't need him that much, but we did need him. We did need him. After Alexander-Arnold and Robertson, he was one fullback who's very prominent in the headlines for being the one to watch in the future. Exactly. Let's see. I'm going to end it pretty soon, guys. I just want to let you know, maybe in like 3 minutes or so, I want the people who are not on here, who watch the pre-recorded content, to not be too intimidated by the length of the video. So probably in 3 minutes or so I'll be heading out, but I really appreciate everyone who's been watching. I thank you guys so much. Let's see. Motion says Carvalho hasn't been the same since his heart problems were revealed. That's a good point, actually. Ever since the problems were revealed, he really hasn't been the same. He's had a number of great moments in 17-18 season, but the old Carvalho isn't here anymore. I hope he comes back. Because he's such a good fullback, But it's true. You have a good point that we haven't seen the best out of Carvalho in these past couple of seasons, I would say. Abhishek says, "I don't expect him to be best finisher, but at least 12 goals per season of La Liga is vital for a starter playing a forward position at Real Madrid." Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if he can get 10 to 15 goals, I think that would be perfect. If Vinicius can get something along those lines, yeah. Abdullahi says the most interesting thing is the season will be to see how Ceballos and Jesus Vallejo do in the Prem. Yeah, that's a good point. Jesus Vallejo, I think, will have a good season. It's just he has to stay away from the injuries. If he gets injured this season quite a bit, then I would say the best thing to do is to sell him. Ceballos, I think, is going to be very, very interesting. I think he will have a good season with Arsenal. I think the style of play will suit Dani Ceballos. The style of play that Arsenal like to kind of identify with, I think will suit Dani Ceballos, and I think he'll have a good season at Arsenal. James says, "If Neymar does join Madrid, do you think any Real Madrid fans at the Bernabeu?" Yes, they will boo him, James. I can confirm this 100%, just because this is how football fans are. They don't like these kinds of things happening. But what will happen inevitably is when he starts scoring goals, when they start seeing his quality, the booze will go away. The booze will go away. But there will be a couple factions around the Bernabeu will definitely boo him. But there's going to be a lot of cheers. There's going to be some booing as well. Motion says, I would have preferred Junior Firpo as left back, but we know we had gone for Mendy. I know Junior Firpo is a good shout. I mean, he did join Barcelona. He knows what La Liga is. But yeah, Junior Firpo would have been a good replacement. But Mendy looks pretty good, I would have to say. I don't know how he is too much. So obviously defensively, a bit worried, but from what some people have had to say to me is that he's very good defensively. He's very sound defensively. So I think we'll be fine with Mendy. Magister Madrid says, I'm excited to watch Odegaard and Kubo the most. Me too. Actually, Odegaard, is very, very, I'd say, low key, but he's starting to get the rise. He's starting to get I would say, not the fame, but he's starting to get the recognition. So he's going to be a very exciting player, and obviously Kubo is just Kubo. There just seems to be a Kubo mania at the moment. Motion says Arsenal fans are going to love Ceballos. He'll resemble Santi Cazorla a lot. That's what Arsenal fans are saying, Arsenal fans, one good game, he's the next this, he's the next that. I'm just kidding, but yeah. Abdullahi says, I will leave now. Goodbye and have a nice day. Hala Madrid. That's right, Abdullahi. Hala Madrid. And have a good day, have a good night, wherever you are. Take care. Johnny says, don't forget Reguilon, guys. Yes, don't forget Reguilon. Does this channel have an Insta, says James Coolin? Yes, it does. It's the channel name is blancosfantv, but the Instagram is Los blancosfantv. I'm probably going to change the channel to this. It's going to be Los blancosfantv, just because that's the real name of Real Madrid. It's Los Blancos. It's not Blancos. So probably going to change that eventually. Motion says Firpo is a Real Madrid fan too. Some of the things he said about Barca. Yeah, I know. He is. But that's what it is, right? When you get offered a job contract, how can you turn it down, especially from one of the elite clubs? Abhishek says, Ala Madrid, guys. Good night from my side. All right, I'm going to end it there, guys. I just want to thank you guys so much. I just can't believe how long the stream has been. But no, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate all of you guys for coming on, having your say about Real Madrid. And yeah, we'll see what tomorrow's match brings us, What I'm going to do is a match reaction. I think I'm going to do it right after the game tomorrow. Yeah, I'm going to do it right after the game just because I don't have work, anything like that. But yeah, stay tuned for a match reaction tomorrow. It'll be right after the game. James Scullion says, just follow the page. See ya, man. Take care, James. I hope to see you tomorrow, and have a good night. Motion says, I don't know your name. My name is David. I know it. I think David Jr. I have the same name as you. But David is the name. Motion says, I don't want to call you Los Blancos fans. Los Blancos TV. Yeah, I know. So my name's David. I'm gonna probably have to put that somewhere along the, in my bottom third or something like that. But yeah, there you have it, guys. I'm gonna end it right there. Like I said, thank you guys all for being on. I really appreciate that. Motion says David Villa in the house. Not quite. I'm not quite that good. David Villa is just different level, man. But there you have it, guys. I'm gonna end it right there. Like I said, thank you guys so much for watching. The Manchester Madrid, James, Motion, Abhishek, Los Merengues TV, Caesar, Christian, Claps, David Jr. Let's see here. I hope I'm not missing anyone. Jonas, yes. Yeah, there you go. All right. Have a good night, everyone. Have a good day. Thank you so much. Jonas says, thanks for your time. Mashan says, see you, man. Take care, everyone. Have a good day.